The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Straight ahead on Perspectives, we talk about one organization's efforts to improve the quality of life in Haiti. That's up next with yours truly, Darren Hyman. All right.
Anything relevant to life, you bring it to the table. Whether you make a move solo or a movement with a stable. No fables, you speak on your decisions. Cause in the long run, it's your voice, your views, your vision. Keeping it real with many messages for you to know. This ain't radio, but DJ runs the show. Entertainment, he rocks it. Politics, he locks it. The host with the most would handle any topic. Don't forget to share your perspective which shines a light. Cause it might make a difference in someone else's life. What's your perspective?
Express what's in your heart and your mind. Share your perspective.
What's your perspective?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Perspectives. I'm Darren Hyman, and we invite you to stay tuned to Perspectives, not just here live, but also to be able to check us out on our social networking sites. We encourage you to check us out on Facebook, as well as on Twitter. There you'll be able to find out about some past episodes of the show, as well as give a comment as to what you'd like to see and what you've liked. Just let us know. Hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Twitter, and we will definitely share your comments, and we'll possibly even get back to you. Straight ahead today on Perspectives, our topic of conversation, Haiti. And our guest today is a Haitian-born humanitarian. She's a humanitarian, a speaker, a facilitator, an entrepreneur, as well as an actor. After the devastating earthquake in 2010, she was compelled to take action. She resigned from her position at American Express to form an organization, Community to Community, and she dedicates her time, her efforts, and her energy to building self-sufficient communities here in Haiti. And here to tell us more about her work and one of the most important projects in Haiti is Marie-Yolande Usibe. And did I say it right?
Close. I'll give you 99%.
99%?
Yes.
My business 99.5 won't do. So
you added a little French on
B. There you go. I'm glad to see you right here.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. So honestly, I was really impressed by the fact that you said, listen, after these earthquakes, even though you had a corporate career, you decided that you really wanted to be vested in the rebuilding efforts in Haiti. Why?
My father put the love for my country in my heart. And even though he's not here, that love is still there. So I think that just made me feel kind of duty bound to it. So I felt compelled to do something. And I think that, like everyone else, we were hearing about all the funds that were going down there, but not necessarily either being dispersed or that it not reaching the ground, et cetera. And I just wanted to see for myself. So his hometown was for me the first place to go. So we went there and we listened to the people, and Community to Community was born out of that.
We saw a lot on CNN, saw a lot on national news when the when the earthquake took place, and then following which you have media coverage, and we're good for that. We'll follow a story, but then we'll also leave a story, and we'll leave it there. And while we left, there were a lot of people that we left behind in Haiti. Give us an update as to what Haiti is like right now.
Well, I'm happy, actually, and I should thank you now for the opportunity to be on Perspectives, to share with you the good, the bad, and some things to think about. I would say that what they say about us as Haitian people is true, that we are very resilient in the sense that, you know, we're strong despite whatever happens. And at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, how long are you going to wait to feed your kids? How long are you going to wait to go to the bathroom? How long are you going to wait to take a shower? You're not going to wait 3 years, obviously. So folks just kept it moving. So whether it was rubble removal, et cetera, to just get back to some semblance of normalcy. In the countryside where we work, folks just, as I said, kept it moving.
Where specifically?
I'm specifically in Petit Guave, which is about 42 miles south of Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
It's a port town, very beautiful, very historic. And the project that we're specifically working on, when we launched in 2010, we had a whole bunch of ideas of what we needed to do. But one thing that we did that was very important was listen to the community. So we wanted to work with them, and that word "with" changed everything. So as a result, we visited 6 tent cities, and as a result of that, we're working with 3. And where we started with nothing in late 2010, the 4 initiatives, which are the water, the school, the road, and the trees. The water we launched in 2011, and now 16,000 people have access to clean water. So that initiative is halfway completed, and our goal this year is actually to complete it. And we're not the only one. There are other small nonprofits that, with heart, stayed after the earthquake. Some were there prior to that. One of our team members, Olivia Robinson, is fond of saying that we went for the earthquake, but we stayed for the people. And now we have relationships, now we have connections. So for us, it's a labor of love with people we love and who love us. So when we go, we're visiting family. This is not a job, it's a calling.
What do people say at American Express when you say, hey, you know what? I got to leave. And they say, I'm doing this. I know somebody said something.
Well, you know what? It depended on who you spoke to. There's some folks, when I told my boss, that she completely understood and supported me to go. And then I think sometimes, I think it's Marian Wright Ellman who has this really great poem. And within it, it says, you should let your light shine as bright as you possibly can because it gives others the opportunity and the permission for them to let their light shine. So sometimes it's not about you. It's about you taking the chance that you feel the pull to, because somebody next to you might be going, God, if somebody did this, I'd go.
Right.
And so there are several people since I've left who've left to go pursue small businesses, to go pursue nonprofit dreams, to go become artists. And other folks stayed. I think that it's really a very personal, intimate decision that you make. Sometimes folks have obligations and they can't pick up and leave. You know what I'm saying? I think that at the end of the day, the decision that you have to make is to do what you can with what you have, where you are now. That's peace.
So how did you get to the place of understanding that water distribution was going to be the focus of what you're going to do?
Cholera made that decision for us. About 10 months after the earthquake, there was an outbreak of it, and it was alleged to come from different locations in the north. And so we were in the south hearing that this was headed our way. And at the end of the day, when you think about water, water's life. Water's not negotiable. You can go without food for a couple of days and go without shower for a couple of days, but you cannot go without water. You will die. So that made the decision for us, because originally we were focused on the school, but dead children don't go to school. So the focus was going to be the water. That was the primary. The second was, it wasn't enough to just have a location for water, because people were walking 2 to 4 hours one way. And by that I mean children, 5 years old, elderly people, 80, 90 years old, walking 2 hours one way to go get water, which in 2013 is ridiculous. So we sat down with the community and created with the engineers and with the architects that are on our team and on the ground, because they're technical people on the ground living in the community as well, to create this water distribution system. So as a result, we built this captage. And what a captage is a catchment system. So you find the spring where the water is coming from, and then you secure it. After that, and the people did this. I want to make it plain. Marie has not picked up a brick yet. These folks knew where the water was. They knew how to make the plans. They did the budget and submitted it to us, and then we raised the funds here. That's how we work things. So they built the captage, and then from the captage, we went to the flat plain to build the reservoir. And the reservoir basically holds about 77,000 gallons of water. And to show you how astute they are, because I've learned so much about seismic activity and architecture and
Which was not your gift area before this.
No.
Right.
I was in marketing communications, okay? So yeah, I was like, I often think I should have listened just a little bit more in school. Yeah. So, but I think
we all have those moments, by the way.
Yeah, it was just, and what is a water table, right?
Right.
Yeah, I got nothing.
So we're seeing a few pictures right now that are actually rolling. Tell us what we're seeing.
This is wonderful. So this is the reservoir, which I was just explaining. So this group of people that you see there literally moved 3.2 cubic metric tons of dirt in 2 days. Folks came with shovels. The elderly came with their hands. It was amazing. So this gentleman here literally making little rocks out of big rocks, as we say, in order to build the foundation of the reservoir. And so now that it's completely built, actually, it houses 77,000 gallons of water. And one of the things I've learned, we just went there in March, that I was thinking, okay, so we have to figure out, how to raise the rest of the money quickly so that we can finish the kiosks. And they're like, we're already using it. And I was like, well, how are you doing that? So first of all, they told us that because it's a cement structure, if you don't use it, because it's on the mountain, so it's very close to the sun, so it's under the sun all day, it will crack, and then we'd have to start over again. So they still let the rainwater fill in there, and people come from miles around, and they just climb up on the ladder, and someone just distributes with a bucket the water to folks. So even though it's not completed, they're still utilizing it, which is great.
I want to take a quick break and come back and continue our conversation with Marie, talking about a very special celebration that's actually taking place to help to honor those people who are working in Haiti and bringing that clean water to Haiti. Stay with us. We're coming right back with more perspectives right after this.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Did you find the flashlight and the batteries?
Yes.
Did you make sure we're not missing anything in the first aid kit?
Yep.
Did you go through the plan with the kids again?
Yes. The more you prepare today, the more you'll be able to reduce the devastating effects of a tornado, an earthquake, a power outage, or any other disaster.
Take my hand and start a brand new day. And together as one we'll start to see some change.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Low-fat cheese sandwiches on whole wheat bread. Chewy and good for you. Snacks high in calcium help build strong bones. And foods rich in fiber are good for your heart. So you have the power to dominate. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
And back here on Perspectives, Darren Jaime here with you, talking about community to community and the work that they're doing to really improve water supply in Haiti. And Marie, as we were talking before the break, you were sharing a little bit about how the initiative's already going on, the process is already going on, and now you're going to have a celebration to actually help you to actually finish that process.
Correct.
So give us a little bit about Hope in a Future Celebration of Haiti.
Sure. So this is the third annual. We actually started it right after the 1 year anniversary. We were at the Apollo the first year, and then we were at Brooklyn College, the Walt Whitman Theater, the second year. And this year we're very excited to join with our partner, Christian Cultural Center, which I'm a member, and that we're going to be having it there Friday, May 10th at 6 p.m. So the celebration, and we specifically called it that because we want to share with people all of the good things that are going on. We've actually co-opted May, and we're going to launch Haitian Heritage Month as well. Just to share with people the history, what we've contributed in the areas of science and entertainment and law and media, etc. We're also going to be sharing the story of the water, so folks can see where we were and where we are and where they can get involved. Because I think a lot of folks are asking, since the earthquake has happened and it's going on 3 years, and then there are people who are just like, I want to get involved, but I don't know who to trust, who to go with, etc. And we want to offer them that opportunity to find out how they can help Haiti move forward. There's opportunities to volunteer, provide technical assistance like the engineers and the medical personnel and the architects that we're working with. There's opportunities to become a neighbor of C2C so that you can be a regular monthly donor where you're able to see what's going on. And we invite people. This trip that we just took in March, 14 people came with us.
Beautiful.
And some of them were our partners, some of them were our sponsors to come and see, you know, where is my money going to and where is my sponsorship going to? And we encourage people
What's
to do
the
that.
reaction when people have the opportunity to really see ground level what's going on?
I would say to you, honestly, it's life-changing, that they come and actually see. When we take the walk to the ravine and we see where the captage is and people literally put their hands there and feel the water running through, for me, I can tell you it was amazing. And that was my experience. I didn't know that other people were going to feel that until other people came and they, you know, interacted with the community. And it's good when you go down and people say, hi, Darren, you know, not hi, guy in the purple T-shirt, but that folks know you because you make a repeated visit down there. So again, it's just the relationship building. So that for me is important. We're also introducing the IT Marché this year, and that's to give the community an opportunity to learn about other organizations like the Haitian American Caucus, Dlopu Vive, ADIHA, which is one of our partners, the Haitian and American engineers who are helping us with the road. So they can learn about other organizations that are also on the ground and here, also in New York, that are working. We're going to have artisans there. There's going to be food. There's going to be music. We have drummers. We're going to literally transport people to Haiti. And then they're going to see the story of the water and just have that opportunity to come be a part of something greater than themselves.
Before the earthquake, what should people know about Haiti? I mean, we know now that Haitians are resilient people, but before that, what should we know?
What should we know? That we're hardworking people. I will tell you that any Haitian you stop on the street will tell you that the primary, most important thing is education. That parents will sacrifice every single thing to make sure that their children go to school. That family values are important. That I couldn't come here in jeans because we don't wear jeans unless we're in the house, so it's church clothes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you know that there are going to be other Haitians there, you know you better make sure that your whole thing is together because God help you if it gets back to your mother that you weren't in a suit.
Right.
So these things stay with us. I mean, my colleagues and my friends, you know, who are Haitian, we talk about it all the time. We'll be 90 years old, still like making sure that, you know, that it doesn't get back to your mother that your hair wasn't right and your outfit wasn't right, because they want folks to know that, you know, you come from a home and you come from a family. So I think we share the same thing that for folks all over the world, in the U.S., in Europe, in South America. Everybody has the same dreams. You want good things for your family. As a grown man, you want to be able to support your wife and your kids, and you want to be the one that brings home, you know, the bacon, as it were. That's the same thing that anybody wants. I don't think that there's any kind of difference. For me personally, I just look forward to Hope in a Future because it's a more balanced reporting. You know what I'm saying? That some of the things that people see on TV, they don't often see the, how do you say, the fullness of us as a culture. And we're hoping to change that on May 10th.
How close, if possible, is Haiti back to normalcy? I mean, we don't get to see it from this perspective, but how close?
I think that is arguably probably the $64,000 question. I can tell you from the smaller organizations on the ground, we see the progress. For example, I started going in August of 2010, and it took me almost 4 hours to get to Petit Guave. Now it's about an hour and a half. So the roads are coming up. Infrastructure as it relates to internet, for example, it's a lot quicker. And I think, again, in the countrysides, folks are, you know, slowly but surely, you know, bringing things up to speed. I think that, again, it's not going to be an overnight process. I don't want people to think that, because that's not the case. Infrastructure was a huge problem prior to the earthquake. 300,000 people died because of the fact that we had this really vulnerable infrastructure. But I think that since then, depending on where you go, and I can specifically speak for Petit Guave, but we have partners in Léogâne, which is the town right before us, and they're reporting the same thing. I think that this water issue is the thing that unites everyone, because water and sanitation, you can't build anything, because after that is the infrastructure of the land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about bigger things like roads and schools and hospitals, what are those things set on? The ground. So if the ground is not straight, then you're going to have a problem. But the reason that the ground is usually not straight, deforestation. You're back to water again. So I'm of the mindset, as a person of faith, that slow and steady wins the race.
That's right. We'll take a quick break and continue with our final segment with Marie when we return right here on Perspectives. Don't go away.
hands can do incrediable things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
There is also a very attractive extended warranty option that includes free service and parts for the next 5 years. But there's no need for you to get that. You failed to get the test you needed at the doctor that would have detected disease early enough where it could have been treated. So you won't be around in 2 years to see him grow up, which means the warranty would be useless. Okay, sign here, please.
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
And back here on Perspectives, and we're talking with Marie, talking about a celebration of Haiti, and it's a hope in the future. It's coming up on Friday, May the 10th. We invite you to go on down to the Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn, where you will see this very special celebration that celebrates life, celebrates the accomplishments of the continuous rebuilding of Haiti. And I want to always emphasize continuous rebuilding. And one of the other things I wanted to state was, you know, usually when we see on television, we see there's a whole lot of relief efforts and you don't know where the money is going to. But here we've been able to actually show you exactly where dollars are actually going to and see real men on the ground really putting the effort into making it done. Is there a ballpark number that you need to reach in order to complete your work?
$150,000 for the water.
Okay.
We've spent about 50, raised about 50, and spent about 50. That's the captage and the reservoir that you saw. So the 2 pump houses, which will be the apparatus that pump the water because the ravine is in a low place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's costing the bulk of it because we're going to need generators and we're going to need solar panels, et cetera, and piping that's going to go out from the reservoir itself. So those were not as expensive because you're talking about literally cement, right, and rocks.
Mm-hmm.
But these final 2 phases are the most important.
Oh.
So yeah, $150,000, and we believe that we can do it. If I could, I would like to actually take a moment to thank,
Mm-hmm.
you know, all the folks who've been with us since the beginning, who continue to support us, whether in kind with their expertise or financially. They've been the ones who, you know, really believed in us, believed in the work, believed in the people, and we're fortunate because everybody can't come down. We're thankful when folks are like, we want to come down with you, which is great. But just to say thank you that they didn't forget.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's what the folks on the ground, especially in an isolated location like this mountain, you know, people have forgotten about us. The way that we built relationship, literally for every time we came, the first thing out of their mouths was, you came back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only been like now in the 3rd year that they, I think, believe that, yes, when we say we're leaving, we're coming back, we come back.
And it's safe to say, I guess there's a lot of frustration on the part of people who say, I'm coming back, you'll see us, we'll be there. Empty promises,
Mm-hmm.
empty delivery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's the mindset, the spirit of the Haitian community, given the fact that we've given, you've seen national donations, things have not come through, don't know where stuff is going, you get the words, we'll be back, and we don't get back. What's the mindset, the spirit like of those persons given that circumstance? And I know one is frustration.
Yeah, I think that folks you're hurt. I think
Mhm.
even past that. Because it's like anyone else who breaks a promise to you. It's the same feeling. You're disappointed. You're let down. But I think in that particular environment, you still have to believe and have hope that the next person is going to be genuine. Our hope as community to community is that we're the last nonprofit that these people are going to come in contact with, because they are going to become self-sufficient. They are going to move from not just obtaining these things, but maintaining them, which will lead to economic development. Because all of the components of the project also have an economic development component. After this water system is set up, they'll be able to sell the water.
Mm-hmm.
So now the community can partake of this. Then when the school is built, that hall can be rented out. It can be used for weddings. It can be used for multiple things. You see what I'm saying? So when the trees come back, those can be used for income generating. So at the end of the day, it's not about the repeated coming asking for money over and over again. It's come ask for money, but for this specific purpose, for this specific time, that's going to start, that's going to be completed, so that people can see that. Because for me, myself, I just want to see results. Come back from corporate America, I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
What is the result of this interaction?
line.
Yeah, give me the net.
Right.
Because that's what we want to hear. So I think that folks see that we've kind of proven that. So that's what helps them. And again, our partners are strong. These are folks who know what they're doing. So I'm thankful for that, because my background is not engineering. It is not architecture, but our project manager, a civil engineer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The communities we're working with have an agronomist in the community, have a nurse in the community, have a technical person in the community. So you need all of that in order to even consider becoming a self-sufficient community.
Before we get out of here, how can people play a part in supporting, whether it's, in this particular celebration, post-celebration,
Sure.
whatever? How do they go about playing a part?
The easiest and quickest way is to go to the website, which is www.community.info. They can also call us at 718-393-7740. Either of those places. Our website, we specifically built it. Thank you, Edme Chavans, if you're watching, our wonderful web designer. So that's interactive. Everything is there. You can get to our Twitter, which you can follow us at C2C Haiti. You can get to the Facebook and see all of the videos, all of the pictures. You can go to our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we want to continuously, keep populating it with information. And of course, come to Christian Cultural Center on May 10th. Bring your family, bring your kids, bring your neighbors. You'll hear the drums as soon as you come around the corner and see the flags, and come and enjoy and have a great time, and, learn some amazing things, and just, like I said, come be a part of something greater than yourself.
All right. Well, Marie, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
Thank you, Darren.
Best wishes to your organization, and
thank you.
Hopefully we can be able to get this done with the $150,000 plus, or whatever else needs to be done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All righty. Well, that about wraps it up for this edition of Perspectives. I'm Darren Hyme. We want to thank you for watching. Now, be sure, if you want to tune into Perspectives outside of this, yes, you can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Facebook. Go to the website, www.bronxnet.org. There you'll be able to find out more information about the show, as well as to be able to find out a little bit more about community to community. Of course, while our brothers and sisters in Haiti are still going through, we can still play a part. And I know that major media has kind of left the scene, but of course we're still on it, and we'll continue to bring you all the information that you necessarily need, and how you can be a part of it to help our brothers and sisters who are not forgotten. For all of us here on the set of Perspectives, I'm Darren Hyme. Until next time we meet, stay safe and share your perspective with somebody else. It just might make a difference in their life. Take care.